I sensed something was off the second she answered the phone and said, "Oh, today was your birthday?" Those were the first words my wife spoke after ignoring my calls for 4 hours, and they cut deeper than any argument we'd ever had. I'd spent weeks planning a simple, quiet night together. I cooked her favorite pasta, lit a few candles, even played the old playlist we used to fall asleep to back when everything felt effortless. But as the minutes slipped from 7 to 8 to 9, I sat alone at the table, staring at a meal that was getting cold, repeating to myself that she was probably just stuck at work. Finally, at 10, she called. Loud music blared behind her. Voices, laughter, clinking glasses. "Sorry, babe," she said, slurring just a little. "The girls dragged me out. Totally forgot the date." She forgot my 30th birthday. The one I told her meant a lot to me. I tried to shrug it off, but something inside me shifted. "Where are you?" I asked. "With friends," she said too fast. "Don't be dramatic." That was the first tilt in my gut. She had never once called her coworkers friends. I opened our location-sharing app, not to spy, but to quiet the unease. Instead, it did the opposite. The map centered on a rooftop lounge across the city. The same place she once said she never wanted to step into again. My pulse kicked up. I wanted so badly to trust her. I wanted to believe she was just blowing off steam. But the truth was already whispering to me, growing louder second by second. I grabbed my keys and drove across town, hitting every red light like it was fate testing me. On the way, I replayed the little things I'd ignored. Her late nights, the sudden extra makeup, the way she hit her screen when her phone buzzed. When I reached the lounge, I stayed in my car, hands clenched around the steering wheel. I wasn't sure if I was ready to face what I already knew. Then she stepped out of the elevator. She was laughing, tossing her hair in that exaggerated way she only used when she wanted someone's attention. And walking beside her was a guy from her office. He leaned in, whispered something, and she playfully hit his arm. Too playfully. She didn't even bother glancing around. She assumed I was at home, waiting like always. I didn't confront her. Not then. I drove home in silence, feeling something inside me shutting down. Just after midnight, she stumbled in, smelling of perfume and rooftop air. "You're still up?" she asked, genuinely surprised. "I made dinner," I said quietly. She winced. "Can we not do this tonight?" I had fun. I don't want drama. Fun. While I sat at home alone on my birthday. The next morning, I left early and went to her office building. Not to snoop, but to confirm what my heart already knew. In the lobby, I saw the same guy again. This time, he wasn't smiling. He was on the phone saying, "She can't keep lying to him forever." My stomach dropped. I didn't need to hear more. I walked out before he noticed me. That evening she came home cheerful, oblivious. "I got cupcakes for last night," she said, setting them down as if sugar erased betrayal. "We can celebrate now." "I know where you were," I said calmly. Her smile vanished. "What?" "At the lounge. With him." For a split second, guilt flashed across her face, enough to confirm everything. "It's not what you think," she whispered. "Then explain." She opened her mouth, closed it again, then sank into a chair. "I didn't cheat," she said softly. "I just connected with someone who listens. Someone who isn't always disappointed in me." Her words hit like ice. "So forgetting my birthday wasn't disappointing?" She looked away. "You could have told me you needed space," I said. "Instead, you chose distance." The silence that followed was suffocating. In the weeks after, she tried to patch things up, making dinners, sending long apologies, crying about how she had made a terrible mistake by letting someone else into the parts of herself she should have brought to me instead. But trust doesn't return just because someone wants it back. Months later, I got an email from the man himself. He apologized, saying he ended whatever they had once he realized she was lying to him too. "She told me you forgot her birthday," he wrote. I walked away when I realized she was rewriting everything. That was the moment it all became clear. She hadn't drifted because she found someone better. She drifted because she was lost and dragging both of us with her. In the end, We separated quietly. No dramatic scenes, no revenge. Just two people finally admitting something had cracked long before that forgotten birthday. Years later, when I think back to that night, the candles, the untouched pasta, my phone buzzing on the table, I don't feel anger anymore. Just relief. Because sometimes the moment someone forgets you is the moment you finally remember yourself.